Made a couple of little braking errors up at the turn 5 hairpin earlier in the race, but he's spot on line there. Second, so this is a great... Oh, trouble!
That's Tander, Murphy and Luff. And that's exactly what you were talking about earlier, Neil. No need to do anything crazy when you're in a strong position. I'd be keen to see the replay to see what happened here.
That bonnet damage was there earlier, I noted, so I don't think it's from whatever just happened then. Now, what happened here?
Tander's tried to go around the outside.
Oh, dear.
And contact there. Greg Murphy had the inside line.
But he was also locked up. That's a strange one. So, there's the view from Greg's car. So, Garth tried to make the optimistic move around the outside, looking for track position, of course, at turn 6. But in trying to race him up there, Greg took his car in even deeper than he probably naturally wanted to go, locked the brakes. That made contact between the two of them.
Another glittering day in Darwin. Yesterday, Di Pasquale claimed the points. Now it's a big chance for the guys off the front row. Reynolds versus Waters. And Waters has got about an eighth of a car length lead at the moment as they run to one. The squeeze is on. David goes back to the race line. Cam holds him up high. Will Davison drops into third place, followed by Van Gisbergen. Reynolds has run very, very wide. He's a bit vulnerable there. So much so that he's actually lost the spot. Davison jumps to second.
Beautiful driving by Cam Waters to wheel him out wider and get a real run into turn 1. And now, David Reynolds is being attacked by Van Gisbergen into turn 5.
And Van Gisbergen was having a sniff on to go on the outside at turn 5 to displace Reynolds into the hairpin. He didn't get away with it. A car rotating violently in the middle of turn 6, and it's clean bowled and skittled about 4 or 5 cars. Now, I think it was a WAU car that I saw rotating initially, or it might have been Courtney.
Boards and flags.
Safety car will be deployed. Massive damage to Courtney's car. I caught it out of the left side of frame. There was a car rotating on the grass in the braking area into the hairpin. So the BP Ultimate safety car has been deployed. That car, an awful mess. So it, in fact, might have been this car that I saw and not a WAU car. Just caught a glimpse of colour.
Significant damage there for Thomas Randall also. Let's have a look in the back of screen.
Okay, so James has gone off the road and then literally lobbed into the pack and skittled a bunch of other cars, including Randall and Pye. Does this tell more of the story?
But I think what's happened is it's so wet because of the moisture on the grass.
Suspended. Race has been suspended.
And James Taylor, the race director, suspending the race until they can get all these cars recovered and the debris off the road. So Todd Hazelwood's the other car. Their clutch drama yesterday ran the race without a clutch.
Oh, so yes, he got a bump for sure, but then he's spinning, then you're out of control, and he's made contact with other cars in racing direction. So he's come straight across from turn 4 and has gone to 5 on the exit then of 6, and the rejoin has made contact with a significant number of cars. That's why all those other cars were spinning off to the right-hand side on the exit of 6.
Here comes Heimgartner down the outside. It turns to the inside of the back of this corner, around the outside of LeBrock. Does he hang there or not? No, he can't quite stay.
Tried hard. He fought the battle. Damage on the right rear corner, it looks like, for Scott Pye, and damage on the left rear corner of the Shell car. I think it's got a damage to a flat tyre. We'll confirm that for you. The view from turn 10, where Barrett's called it from the start. And a little bit of contact down there at turn 1. No further action. Lap 1, turn 6 incident, by the way, just come up from Motorsport Australia Race Control. Now, this was awkward. Is this where, okay, that might be where, yeah, that's where Brody, yeah, because of the contact with the Shell car. So it's actually already got the steering damage on it at that point. I missed all of that in the opening lap. Too many things to look at once. Replay of the run in here, turn 5. This is Van Gisbergen trying to go round the outside. He's tucked in behind Cam Waters. Now, this often looks good, but this is what happens when you're high and wide. So contact there with Brody. And have they got him back out?
Yeah, just
they did, right. Yeah, because I can't see him on our timing here at the moment. So this is the replay of watching this car get back in. It's gone to the garage, been repaired and sent back out. But he is last and lost 3 laps in the process. Our championship leader, Brody Kostecki, in the code car.
Race 17 of 36 race championship. When you end up with 2 cars at or near the front of the field, it's a problem, a good problem to have, but it's still a problem.
It's close enough this time. It's close enough this time. Get off! No! Locks the rears and turns him around.
And
that is nowhere near good enough.
As predicted, Shane Van Gisbergen goes up into second.
That is not good enough. Too many of those mistakes. Arguably the fastest guy in this field today, and you just find a way not to win days that you should win.
And the curiosity now is how this gets viewed in race control, because at different times we've seen it interpreted in different ways.
5 more, mate, 5 more. Eyes forward.
Here's the replay, it tells the story. Listen. Lock the rear brakes, contact, David spins. Frosty lives to fight another day. Here's the other angle.
I said he was close enough. This is a spot, but it's basically going to make a car length. Locks the rear brakes. He was never going to pull it up. So on those ones like that, you've just got to be conservative. If you can't get by, that's it. It's over. So this, we're on board now with Dave Reynolds. Take a look. You'll hear the wheels squeak as they make contact. Have a look. As I said, you can't have teammates do that stuff, and you've got to be more controlled about making that manoeuvre. The original pit stop was made. It's actually going to be, off the road. That was contact with Gary Jacobson on the way to turn 6. And Zach Best, this might be a safety car, because I don't know whether he'll get this out of there.
Front left's broken, mate. Front left's broken.
No traction for any car that was off the road in the previous race with any incident.
Yeah, I was jumping on.
Meanwhile,
Sorry, boys.
Will Davison has just set the fastest lap of the race. This is how it's come about. Gary Jacobson around the outside of the wild card, Zach Best. They're rubbing against each other. They're playing dodgem cars on the way out of 5 to 6. Gary wheels him over to the right. He ends up in the grass, no control, gives the guardrail a bump, and ends up down at the end of the tyre wall, right in the centre of the racetrack. And as I said, for the late stoppers like De Pasquale and Davison, with fresh tyres, they are going to be immensely advantaged versus Mostert. Early stop for Mostert. I think it was lap 8 that he come in. It was a beautiful stop. 3.5 seconds. He made huge amounts of ground. Was the fastest car on the track for many laps and did a really, really good job of stabilising the performance of that car. This is the sort of stuff that you can't control in this mad game that we play. And for Mostert, it is absolutely going to hammer him. Neither has McLaughlin left the rear bumper. Oh, here we go. Here's some contact. This is, big contact with Tander and Van Gisbergen. So that was, I think, there's more to that story. Van Gisbergen out. This is
A bit of hard-headed racing going on there. So these two guys
Steering broken, mate.
have head-butted, and that's put Shane Van Gisbergen parked in the gutter down there between turn 5 and 6. So what's happened here? So the run up to turn 6, Shane's had a lunge. He's given Garth a touch. On it's gone. And then Bridie's involved in this as well. And then as Garth has come back on, they've climbed over each other and fired both to the infield. So it's actually 3 cars involved in this. So Bright trips over the left front. Shane can't steer. The steering's broken at that point. So when Bright tripped over Van Gisbergen, it broke the steering arm. And then Shane and Garth locked in combat. Can't unlock those cars. Big damage. That's a great shame. Here it is again in replay. 3 into 1 does not go. And at this point, Shane Van Gisbergen can't steer. See the front left wheel on that car's got its own thoughts. And this has just happened as well. So Lowndes forcing the issue with David Reynolds down at turn 1. It's going on everywhere here this afternoon.